At this time, I'd like to take a motion to go into our full board. The Jim, second Randy. Yep. All those in favor? All right, we are now back in full session. We're on number 5. At this time, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance by Mr. Chuck Mullins.
With me. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Mullins. Next order of business is the reflection, which one I cannot wait to hear from the Rutherford Company.
You put the pressure on, but I am going to say, I don't know for what reason, and I think it's because I value your all's opinion so much, and this is such a good-looking group and smart that I am nervous about giving a reflection. This is the second time I've done a reflection, but so the first thing I did, and I hope that you all have somebody you can call. I called my dad and asked him, and I told him what was being asked, that I need to do a reflection. Because I did it the first time I did it, it was good. But I told a story a little bit about what KHSAA meant to me as I was growing up, and what it helped me, some of the avenues it led me to. So Dad wanted me to tell them he wanted me to tell you all that he taught math for 42 years. Okay, that's first and foremost. He only missed school for 2 things. One day he would take me out of school to go fishing, and the other thing was for the KHSAA championships, and that was the football on Friday, and it was the Sweet 16, and it was like that for years. So that's how much the KHSAA meant to him, that he would let me miss school for that opportunity. He also wanted me to say that he thought that Commissioner Tag did a great job hiring Brian Milam. He is a hero in our area, in the eastern part of the. I just want to say, and I hate to put you on. I hate to put a date on you, but now I graduated in '96. All right, you were at WINT at that time. Right after that, okay. But I can remember those kids, and even when I was coaching, if Brian showed up, he's the star, and he was going to make you a star. It was a big deal if he showed up with the camera. So very happy to see you, and glad to have you on board. But it led me, so I went to prayer, and it led me to, what do I feel like I need to talk about? And so I wanted to reflect on my time as a board member. My first, I think we were up in Northern Kentucky, and we had a vote, and I can't recall what it was on, but sometimes you just got to vote the way you got to vote. So there's been a lot of changes and turnover on the board since that time. This is my 5th year, I think, maybe 6th. But the first vote that I took place in, it was Larry Codiron voted with me, and we lost 2-16. That was my first vote. So I said, I've got a lot to learn. I got a lot to learn, and I wanted to make a lot of change. But I realized, and I got to know some of the people, and it's been a great experience, an awesome experience. But then at that time, and I thought, this is great, but then COVID hit. And I'm telling you, that was a difficult time in everybody's life. But this board, I was so proud to be a part of that, and some of the tough decisions that were made at that time. My uncle Gary was still living at that time, and he told me, we had those video conference calls, and he said, I've always wanted to have a family member that was famous. And he said, now I've got you. And I was like, I think he was talking because everybody was watching. Could not wait to see what our decisions were to be coming out of those board meetings. So it was a crazy time. But when we came out of that COVID, we had a lot less kids participating. And I think that correlates to a lot more mental health concerns and worries, without a doubt. But I don't want to say that but I brought my whole school together, and I did a pep rally, and it was called Get Involved. I was challenging everyone to find something that they wanted to do to get involved. So and I speak better if I'm talking about my own personal thing. So I want to talk about my school a little bit, just because this is the experience that I had after coming out of COVID, some of the things that we've been able to accomplish. And just for last year, for example, we won our second volleyball district championship. Boys basketball won the All-A regional championship, won a game in the state tournament at the All-A in Owensboro, went ahead and won a district championship. Softball won a district championship. And then track, we had 15 kids come to participate in track, and that has never been done in Pineville. I mean, we're in the school; these kids are running down Holly Street, and for them to accomplish that, and especially a unified division and what's going on there, it's so special. But last year, Pineville, we had 521 students K-12, and I know probably people think, well, what do you got to say because you're so small, but it means a lot. It surely does mean a lot to our community. And last year we had 46 graduates. Nine out of 46 have signed to play collegiate athletics in some capacity. We had track, softball, basketball, and a football player. I think that's impressive. It's almost 20%. We have 12 sports in Pineville. And I told you we have about 180 students in the high school. So we have a sport for about every 15. Is that Chad checking on that math? You're on that math. That's pretty impressive. I think, but I mean, it's a lot of work.
Teacher right here.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. But I think it's important because everybody needs to find their niche, needs to find what they can do, and it may be through esports. We started an archery team last year. We started wrestling, and it's really taken off. And it seems like everybody trying to give the kids some way to get involved, and I think that's highly important. Also, since that time, and I just wanted to say, special serving this board but I did say that there was a coach earlier. I said there was a coach that said to my son, "Well, it's not your fault that the talent's not that good in your area. Basketball's not that good in your area." Well, that coach got fired. It was nothing my doing, but I mean, it was what he knows. But since that time, as a 13th region, 14th region board representative, I've got the opportunity since COVID to watch Reed Shepard represent our region, Trent Noah represent our region, Cade Elam into baseball this year. Fantastic young man. He's actually his dad coached football at Pineville for 11 years. He's a great friend of mine. And Cade's an awesome kid. So very proud of him. Daniel Thomas, Mr. Football out of Bell County. He's now at UVA Wise and second season, and he had 43 carries, 43 touches in his first game. I mean, the kid's phenomenal. I also have a young lady that's pitching it, and I want to say these names because it's important to me. I have a young lady's pitching at Pineville. Her name's Rachel Howard, and she's all-time leading strikeout getter for the 13th region. She's moved up third in the state history. So she happens to be my niece too. So I'm very proud of her. Last night I got to sit with Lincoln, and he's at UK on the track and cross country team. Absolutely phenomenal young man. And he told me something that the importance of sleep and the importance of your diet. And so I couldn't wait to get back and talk to my son. He's at Lincoln Memorial for his first year playing. And I was telling him that, and I just feel proud. There's a sense of pride. And he was sitting there smiling while I was telling him that. I'm like, "Why are you smiling about it?" He goes, "Dad, we're coming up on what the coaches are calling Hell Week." And he said, "These guys ain't going to be able to handle it." So I'm like, "Well, you're not worried about yourself. You're worried about your other guy." So he's going to be able to separate himself from that because he's prepared and he's worked hard. I hope every school has had experienced success in some sort of way. But the importance of KHSAA to these students, parents, schools, and community does not need to be underestimated. On my Get Involved speech, one of the times I did that is because I do want to make you aware September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And I think that's highly important in this day and age and what's going on in the country and everywhere. The goal is to raise awareness that suicide is serious yet preventable. I believe high school sports are of utmost importance. And I checked this with Google and AI this morning, and it says high school sports promote holistic student development, physical health, life skills like I can't read, I'm losing my vision. Life skills like teamwork and discipline, and improved attendance and academic performance. Greg, I'm going to take another opportunity to tell you that the test scores are now, the commissioner released test scores are not coming out till November for this year. So that means Pineville gets to remain for 2 more months, the #1 performing high school in the state of Kentucky based on KSA. But I think it's important to note that our attendance for that year went from 87% to the year that we were successful went to 92%, almost a 5% rate. And how did we got kids involved? We got kids showing up for coaches, for their teammates. And it was important. And it was able to take that athletic success, and I think they gained the confidence, and you build that culture to where it carries over to the academic success. And that does not need to be underestimated for what we're creating here. So I would like to thank the staff. You all do an absolute phenomenal job of creating these events, and not just the state championship events, but throughout. I mean, we sit in the 13th region, we bicker amongst each other. We've heard a lot of those conversations today. Hopefully you can get everybody on the same page, but sometimes KHSAA has to come in and say, you're not going to be happy, but this is what we got to do. But you created that as fairly that you possibly can. And that is difficult to do, but it's also important for these students and these communities. I believe that through your efforts, you're creating memories and experience that people will take with them forever. I plead, do not take that lightly. These kids grow from these experiences. Communities come together and rally with support. Your work is important. Believe in what we are doing as a board. Believe in what you're doing as a staff. Keep the kids first. We've heard that multiple times today, and that is highly important. Provide as many opportunities you can for kids. And somebody had said something, with all this going on, like, oh, I'm looking for retirement. But, I looked at him, and it was my girls basketball coach, LG Green. I looked at him and said, and I want to say this to everyone here, we need you more now than ever. These kids need you more now than ever. So when you come to work and the grind starts flowing up to you, think of that and think of those opportunities that you are creating, that your efforts have gone for creating what has gone towards creating for these kids and how important it is to their future. So thank you, and I appreciate your time.
All right, that's pretty good, Russell. Thank you.
All right.
I think it would be appropriate at this time if we had the commissioner introduce Mr. Milam. I have not officially met him. I'm aware of who he is. Commissioner, anything you want to share with us?
Mr. Milam is a legend in his own mind, and now he's our communications director. Been on the job a whopping 8 days. When he showed up the second day, we felt like we had him hooked. But Brian, we definitely welcome you after 27 years with WYMT and WKYT, and I know he's already hitting the ground running with enthusiasm.
Glad you're here with us. Okay, we'll move on to some action items. If we look at 8.1 all the way through those reports, we've already covered all those, so we're going to move to 8.1.1.9. Need a motion to accept those reports. A motion by Zoop, second by Mr. Crum. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes. Okay, next set of reports, 8.1.2. And those reports will be under 8.1.2.5, except those reports are submitted and direct any necessary action. Do I have a motion? Gavin, and seconded by Ms. Brandy. Okay, all those in favor? Okay, motion passes. Let's look at the next set of reports on association membership meetings. Move to 8.1.3.5, accept the reports of membership meetings are submitted and direct any necessary action. Need a motion to accept those reports. Mr. Demler. Second by Matt. All those in favor? All right, motion passed. General reports. We've talked about all those, and 8.1.4.3. Need a motion to accept the general reports as submitted and direct any necessary action. Mr. Roach. Mr. Mullen, second. All those in favor? Motion passes. 8.1.5 would be the status of possible future competition items. 8.1.5.4, accept the status reports for future championship items as submitted and direct any necessary action. Need a motion? Okay, Mr. Zuber, second. And Mr. Randy, all those in favor? Motion carries. All right. Two point one.
Yep.
Point one, presentation show. We're actually here, yeah. The recommendation is accept the presentation and direct any necessary action from that discussion from that alternative baseball state site. Need a motion?
No.
No.
Jim.
Second, Mr. Demler. All those in favor?
This is where we're.
Motion carried. All right, basketball alignment discussion. Yeah, skip one. Oh, here we go. Okay, sorry. 8.2.1.2. That would be the classified sports clarification discussion. And we're down 8.2.1.2.4, accept the presentation and direct any necessary action from discussion with data brought back to the next meeting. Need a motion? By Ms. Mandy, second. By Gavin.
And just to clarify, the only thing you're expecting back is the comparison of the 2-year enrollments, none of the other factors. Right.
Just on total enrollment.
Right, just
and
total
the
enrollment.
Difference between
And the difference between that and single gender.
Then we can take action during that next meeting
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah. Right. Okay, all right. All those in favor? Motion passes. All right.
Now you're at basketball.
Football. Right here, okay. 8.2.1.3.4, accept the presentation or direct any necessary action for discussion. I have a motion. Okay. Got a motion by Michael, second by Matt. All those in favor? All right, motion passes.
One way or another, the 8th region will be on your November agenda.
All right, 8.2.14, recommendation is to accept the report and direct staff to bring back additional information or recommendation to the November board meeting. I have a motion. Mr. Yeast, second. And Zoo. All right, all those in favor? Motion carries.
Now, I would remind you, as we start on a couple of items, that if an item is not unanimous, we'll need to get individual votes because they have to be recorded in the system. So we may slow down a little bit if something's not unanimous.
Okay, we're at 8.2.1.5.
Yep.
All right. So that's all
This is
that.
accepting
That will be accepting the presentation. So we're at 8.2.1.5.4. Accept the report, thank the presenters, and further review the policy around regional bracket experiments.
Yeah.
All
All you're doing there is accepting the reports. The action item is later.
A motion by Mr. Noel Crum, second. Chuck Mullins, all those in favor?
Let's go.
Motion carries. Okay, consider triennial survey result shot clock. The recommendation is to approve the adoption of the basketball shot clock for the varsity level in both boys and girls basketball with during the 27-28 season and consider adoption of a fee schedule and procedures for those who hire a shot clock operator. Do I have a motion? I have a motion by Ms. Donna. Second? Second by Russell Thompson. Keep your hands up on this vote. We can get a count. All those in favor, raise
We
your
have
hand.
this, is this a discussion opportunity?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
All right, so just a year is the only question. So we don't want to try to do this 26, 27?
No.
Because it says 27,
I mean,
28.
we could move to change that. I said 27, 28.
Oh, I'm
just to
fine
give
with
people
whatever. I
time.
just thought we may want to discuss that before we voted.
Kind of lined
I'm
up.
fine with.
I just think that you're being proactive and it's giving everyone a chance to.
You think 27, 28?
I do.
27-20.
Schools have the option
That's the
to
motion.
move forward with it. next
They could
year,
do
right?
it if they
could
wanted
do
to.
it
They
next
can
year.
already experiment.
But it won't be district play, right? This would be for district play.
Right, this will be all the way through.
But 27, 28.
Way state
27,
tournament.
28 means there's gonna be 2 more basketball seasons without shot clocks.
This year and next year, correct?
Versus we could make this 26, 27, which would mean this is the last year without a shot clock.
We could.
2 years until it's mandatory.
Right.
You can go ahead and do it now.
But you still can do it right now. You can experiment with it, except.
I mean, if we all, I mean, if the majority of the people here think we should have or we're behind on adoption of a shot clock, I would suggest that we change to 26, 27. But I'm also fine if it lands on 27, 28. But I think 26, 27 should be considered. That we play this will be the last basketball season this school year without a shot clock.
So are you making a move to amend that
Yeah.
motion?
Okay, so that's a motion for.
Yeah, you can.
We've got a move, we have an amendment proposed, move that from 27-28 to 26-27.
And understand, all you're voting on this time is to change the year, not the whole process.
You're not voting to adopt the proposal, just to change the 27, 28 to 26, 27.
Right.
That's it. And we've got a motion on the table by Dr. Dewar still.
Looking for a second.
I'll second. You got a second?
Yeah.
Mr. Mullins, all those in favor of this proposal,
Amending the proposal.
amending the proposal?
Can I ask a question?
We'll give it-
I don't know if this is allowed. Is there a way we could vote? Are we going to adopt it or not? And if that passes, then vote on what year to adopt it? Or do we have to
Yeah.
tie
No,
it?
I mean, right now you've got a motion on the table. The way we've got it right now, no, I mean, we've got it back all the way up. Right now, we had the major motion of whether or not to adopt it for the 27, 28. We've got a motion to amend. We've got both of those two things before we could even consider that.
And
That-
if
would that
the
be-
reverse order did not find favor, nothing would keep you from proposing it a different way.
Yeah.
It's a regular agenda item.
Further discussion before we go to a vote.
So that'll leave the school right now in charge of how they're gonna man it or woman it, like. It wouldn't include the official part, I guess is what I'm trying to get to with what was said earlier about possible fourth official.
Well, that's the reason the original, this is just about the year, but when you get back to the original motion, it says the board's gonna develop a pay schedule. That,
Develop
like
a
you
pay
already adopted, it would be in it.
But it would
If
be
you choose to
optional
pay.
for schools if they wanted to hire an official versus just.
Not
make it on
mandatory.
their own.
Not
We're just on the year.
Right.
Right now.
That's all for the
Yeah.
major motion, but we're on the amendment.
So right now, we're gonna take a vote on just to
Just
make it
here.
26, 27. That's all this vote is.
Changing that part to 26-27.
Okay.
Does not pass the overall. Okay, the year.
We're just amending that of implementation. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor of that amendment, changing it to 26-27, raise your hand. Keep your hands up. We've got to get a good count here, please.
You got somebody
Good
already?
count.
Okay, I'll read them to you. Hands stay up. Okay, Crum,
I need one more for this.
Roach, Courtney, Hudson. We're gonna turn to the other side of the table. Howard, Kelly, Moyer, Washington, Mullins, and Zuber. So I'm counting in.
Okay, those opposed,
Okay, so we opposed
like sign.
East.
How's the year?
Just the year, right?
Correct.
Yeah. This is here, Yeast. Harold. Phillips. Himmler.
Thompson.
McAllen.
Thompson.
We'll come back.
Keep it up here.
Will Hoyt? And apparently by mutual consent, huh? You get on me about my hand.
The facts are gonna change between now and Thursday.
Absolutely.
Just go ahead, jump.
So that's fine. I'm giving you.
We're changing. So if we're gonna do it.
Okay, we're gonna have to have the nose again, and please keep them up, because we're at 10-6 when we were calling them out.
I think they missed you.
Okay, still got Phillips.
Yeah, Mark.
These are the no's on the change in the date. Harold we had, East we had,
We're missing one.
yep, Harold we had, Phillips we had, Demler we had, Thompson. I'm gonna turn around and get Will Hoyt, Callan and Carter. So now it's 10-8. Thank you. It was the problem with the notes. So the main motion is now amended to be that was, if you reread it, it's gonna have 25 or 26, 27 instead.
Correct.
So I need to reinsert that motion now.
Yeah,
with
so
that.
that motion is on, and
Correct.
it is
On the
on the table right now, as made, so your further discussion will be
Okay.
My only discussion point on this is that, and like I said, I truly see both sides, and but I just have a problem with the fact that we put this out for a survey and it wasn't chosen by, all the ADs and people that voted on this. So I don't know. For me, I find it difficult to, for myself at least, to vote for something that didn't come out of the survey.
But wasn't some of them, like several of them said yes, but then others said on
So they
specific
did,
years.
but right, but
So if
then
you added up all of those different years, then I do think that.
well, true. But my suggestion would be then next year that we put the survey, like if we said 26, 27, whatever that year is going to be, then put it on the survey to where then they've got the choices to do that. Because to me, for those various reasons, we're still kind of overstepping. That's just my opinion. I just end the discussion point that.
And I think my response to that, I'm glad you brought that up. That's that, again, we look back at the AD factor. And we know that there were athletic directors didn't vote, how their superintendents wanted them to vote, different things happened. And I think we're just taking that holistic look at what we think is what's best for the state. Any other discussion?
Well, personally, I can't ignore, when you add the three together, it was 102. And I think one changed their vote, 151 to 101 statewide. 150, 51 for continuing to experiment over the next couple of years and then look at it. And 101 or so that said at some point, either next year or the year after, whatever it was, the 2 or 3 options. Put it out there.
Well,
I personally like it myself, personally.
I think it's happening. It's going to come. There's already over 30 states that have it. I know Damon said earlier, are we going to wait till we're the last state that adopts? We sort of see ourselves as these great basketball state. Are we going to be the last state to adopt shot clocks?
We're the last state to have one state champion.
I listened to what you had to say.
I know, I'm kidding.
I listened to what you had to say. Russell, in his reflection, 100% said talked about making a hard decision sometimes for the betterment of the state. It's happening. I think the discussion is, what year is it going to happen? Because we all know shot clocks are coming. We can put our head in the ground if we want, but if we're going to do what's best for the kids, in my opinion, as a former basketball coach, I think all the basketball coaches in here that are sitting at this, former basketball coaches and current basketball coach, are in support of it. The time is now. I mean, I know you are 100% correct. Rarely, I think when we used to sit next to each other,
that can be arranged.
Ways we're hesitant to go all against what the membership was saying. But there are a rare occasion. I think this is one of them where we need to step in and make this call for the school. That's my opinion.
To follow up on that, I mean, I think I said at the August meeting, 40 years ago, there were basketball purists that would have been against the 3-point line.
Yeah.
You know, and I realize this is different because you got to have somebody to operate this, and that's a concern that you don't have the 3-point line, but it's about moving the game forward. You know, I just think it's best for the game, and I realize what you're saying about the survey results. I realize what you're saying about it, but a lot of times, like you've said many times, those people are voting based on what's best for them in that season. And we've got to make decisions that we think are best for, in this case, basketball moving forward.
Further discussion. Further discussion.
What's the financial commitment here? Can I ask that? Like, I mean, I think there's some
About
concern.
6,000.
6,000.
I bet
To purchase equipment, then what you have to pay
I did the math.
is about 3,000.
It was 5,500 for the system, and then if you pay each referee for 30 games for boys and girls, it's $3,000. So you're talking 5,500 up front and $3,000 a year in extra official.
And that 5,500, if 280 some odd schools have to buy shot clocks,
Just
we're going to
change.
get a discount
Just change.
on that price because they're going to want to be the one selling to everybody.
I almost said, I got,
You don't have to have an official operator.
Correct.
If
That would
you
be
buy a
optional.
portable system, it's cheaper.
It really is.
That's a mountain.
There's a variety of packages.
and the guy that runs our shot clock does it for $20 a night. We pay him $20 a night. I mean, not our shot clock, our scoreboard.
Yeah.
So you could get somebody to do a shot clock that is. And,
Mine does it for free.
well, it's difficult. It is difficult.
So if we're proposing 26, 27 to adopt this thing, then, I mean, no, it's 26, 27, right?
Yeah.
That's what the motion was. Then most of us would have to go out and get a shot clock pretty much right now, so we can experiment with this thing and see, get our kids ready for a shot clock, and we got to start playing games with a shot clock. I mean, right? I mean, if we wait till 27, 28, then we got a little bit of time to get these shot clocks installed and get things situated and so forth. So I just think it's a little bit rushed.
I think that's the only reason I initially proposed 27, 28. I'll support 26, 27, but you're right. It does speed up the process of needing it.
It just seemed like it's a little bit
You
rushed.
don't want to wait till November to be installing.
Right. I mean, we're a month from practice.
Over a year right now.
Is it truly a financial, I mean, I'm obviously a corporate person, right? So is this truly a financial burden to do it within a year? Is that what you're saying?
Financial
It's
burden
financial-
is not significant as making sure that it is done right. I mean, I was in favor of following year, the biggest shot clock advocate I am. I also understand we don't want to get left behind on this. But I guess the vote was made for next year though. at the
So
point.
the question, so let's say this is voted down now and the triennial survey, can the question be posed as either yes or no? And then, whether you're in favor or not, and then that we could determine the exact rollout of that. That way you actually get a true, instead of us saying, well, some people didn't like this or that, so we would truly know what the actual state is on this. This is a simple yes or no question. Would you like to see shot clock?
You can do a survey at any point in time.
Okay, I was just
You can't
curious.
do the triennial.
That would alleviate all these. Well, I don't know how this person feels, or do they feel that way? There's just a lot
A
of.
lot of people put yes when it's mandated. And so, I mean, when
I can tell you from the feedback around that you're probably, this is one of those that if you're trying to rely on a survey to validate what you're doing, you may never do it.
Right.
There's going to be enough people that somebody in the building, traditionalists, et cetera. This is the leadership. This is one of those leadership roles, like David said. You've kind of got to step up and say, you know what, I may not like it personally, but it's best or it's not. Got to make it. Personally, I think you all need to vote before I say anything. I think that the implementation year is a challenge, being 26, 27 at this point, being September of 25.
Even if the 26, 27 fails, somebody could go back and just make it 27.
Move 27, 28 again. Yep.
Okay, we've had a call for the vote, and we're gonna go ahead and reread this. So the motion was to adopt the basketball shot clock for the varsity level, both boys and girls, for the 26-27 season. consider an adoption of a fee schedule and procedures for those who hire shot clock operators.
Can somebody make that?
That has been called for the vote, so we'll take that vote. Keep your hands up, please. Those in favor, please raise your hand.
Can somebody make a motion?
For that, 26, 27.
Can somebody go back and make the motion?
Got one?
Hudson down here. Okay, Howard,
Oh, somebody can go back.
Kelly, well, she's got that. We got
For 27.
Moyer, Washington, Mullins,
There's nobody on the other side of the room.
and Zuber.
Not me. Here with you.
You didn't get yours.
Voting.
You did?
You got it.
Yeah, Hudson.
Okay, we have 7 yes.
Those opposed, like sign.
On to this thing first. Crum,
I'm trying to.
Vote, East,
I don't want.
Timler,
I'm not voting on this.
That's right.
Courtney, Earl, Phillips,
Vote to install it. That don't make any sense.
Thompson,
I think you're on,
McCowan, Will Hoyt, and Carver.
No, we didn't.
Hopefully you come up with 11 right here.
10 people did.
10 people did.
Defeated 7 to 11.
Okay, that motion got defeated, 7 to 11.
So Chad, are we correct? Nothing is on the floor at this
Nothing is on the floor right now. The floor is right for motion.
So I move to recommend the adoption of the shot clock for the varsity level in 27-28.
a second.
Okay, and we got a second? Okay, any discussion? Same topic, just changed the year.
So that's 2 seasons, right? That's what you said. We have 2 seasons.
We got 2 full seasons before.
Like I'm Henry the Eighth. I am. Same verse, same second verse, same verse.
All right, all those in favor, raise your right hand, hold them up, please.
East, Courtney, Himmler, Hingham High Hudson, Harold, Phillips, Thompson, Kelly, Carver, Moyer, Washington, Zuber. You can.
No.
And those opposed, raise your hand, please. Those opposed,
Roach. Keller.
It's too quick to mandate.
Yeah, Will Hoyt. And Mullins. So I'm getting 13 to 5. 13 to 5, sir.
okay, 13 to 5, motion passed.
Yeah.
This will drag our free.
Okay, we're looking at 8.3.2.1. The recommendation is to revise the policy to remove the 16-team restriction on alternative regional tournament formats and bring criteria and procedures back to the board at its next meeting for the consideration of an alternative format, including a required 2/3 vote. Do I have a motion? Mandy, second. Mr. Zuber. Discussion. Any discussion on that proposal?
Just reiterating what we talked about recently, that if we have local groups that can build consensus, and we also have the oversight still here at this level, that I think it was a great idea.
We'll have the staff, I'm sure, will come up with some guidelines to help oversee all that. Any other discussion? Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. You need to have no objection.
Ready?
Unanimous.
Yeah. Anybody opposed? Okay, so
Oh,
17,
one opposed.
17 to 1.
Okay,
Kelly,
motion
we don't have
passed.
right there. Presentation, no.
Okay, 8.3.2.2,
Thank you.
accept the recommended state first round swim sites as presented. Need a motion? Mr. Crum, second. Mr. Wilhoit, any discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed?
18.
Motion passes. 8.3 do we really need that? We just need to approve it. 8.3.2.3, concur with the interpretation of direct distribution. This is over the NFHS official clarification on the official's jurisdiction.
Make a motion.
Okay, got a motion from Randy, second. Mandy? Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Opposed?
18.
Okay. 8.3.3.1. Accept the reports and approve a base 3.0% adjustment in the salary schedule for full-time employees with specific adjustments approved for the designations and step changes that have been recommended. Do I have a motion? Mr. Crum, seconded by Mr. Yeast. Any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. 8.3.3.2, approve the minutes of the August meeting. A motion? Claudette, second. Mr. Roach, any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. 8.3.3.3, approve the minutes of the special call board meeting on September 2nd. Need a motion? Mr. Phillips, second. Mr. Washington, any discussion? All those in favor? Motion passes. Any other items before we Russell, again, thank you for the good speech and talking about life and talking about your board members. Sharing that's pretty good stuff. Brian, I'd like to welcome you aboard again soon.
Hey, I will reiterate what Russell said. The man is a legend in Eastern Texas.
Really?
I mean, like you can walk in any school anywhere, and he is.
Wow.
Sorry, Brian. It's true.
You got it, Brian.
Hey, it isn't always like this.
He's heard already.
I heard it. He's heard.
It's true. I'm telling you.
Does anybody else have anything they would like to add before we adjourn this meeting?
Move adjourned.
Move to adjourn.
We've got to move to adjourn. Anybody second? All right. Meeting adjourned. Everybody.